Good morning, y'all. Happy Resurrection Sunday. It's April 20th, and I'm Rachel. I'm gardening for butterflies and for myself on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And I grow mostly in containers because in years past, I've had armadillos dig up plants. Now this year, I'm doing a little experiment, and so far, nothing has been dug up. Now the squirrels, they're digging little holes everywhere, but the armadillos have not been around. So I'm feeling pretty, I hope it's not smug, but somewhat smug. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But today, right now, it's like 72 degrees. It's going to get up to 77. It's been super windy. But I have caterpillars to show you and chrysalises to show you and a list of plants that I'm saving seeds from. There's just so much happening. So come along with me. I will show you. I have a naughty interloper growing in this section. I wonder if y'all can spot it. It's kind of like an I Spy thing. It's so funny because when she popped up, I was like, oh no, surely not. But I will point her out to you. Well, we'll just get closer and closer and maybe you can spot her. She is gonna have to go to the front yard. Look at this zinnia. Look at this. Now, she's looking pretty red. I mean, look, compared to the other one, yeah, she's red, and there's an orange one down there. Like, how did that happen? How? I don't get it. I have not planted a red zinnia back here or anywhere near the pots, so that is funny. And look, oh my goodness, this has been a banner year for this. And in fact, we had to move this, and the pot has got roots down in the ground, and we had to move it while my husband painted the house. And I thought, oh no, it's really gonna mess it up. It seemed to dry out a little bit, but I watered it and came back so well. The Gumfrina, look at that, is starting to pop. It's gonna be crazy. Oh yes, and this right here. Now these I started from seed. This is a trailing lobelia. Man, I wish it's blue. That looks purple, but it is blue, and it's starting to bloom. See the vinca when it's just about to open? Isn't that just the prettiest little swirl? Little swirly, happy swirliness. So we're getting more pink, and my goal, when everything pink is blooming, I'm gonna pull out everything that's not pink, and it's just gonna be all pink all the time. So that yellow back there, oh yeah, that yellow is that butter daisy. And it started from seed. That is a bunch of plants. I don't even know, 10 plants, butter daisy plants. I planted some out in the front, and I'm hoping that it'll do well. That candy tuft this is the first year that I've ever grown candy tuft, so this one is looking great. I have one over there that's kind of not getting as much sun, and you can hardly see it, but that's neat. And it's a perennial. It's like overgrowing this pot. It's probably gonna need to go in the ground. But more Gumfrina. I got a lot of Gumfrina, y'all, because I want to have it look like the entire garden is just one lollipop land. Yeah, that Gumfrina is going to turn this into the good ship lollipop. Woohoo! Oh, so let's come through here, and I have rearranged a little bit, but I can't remember if I've shown it to you since I did. I feel like I got this border kind of straightened out a little bit. And then my Purple Majesty millet is starting to really get big, but you know, it's got another 3 feet to grow. So let me show you this one up close. Isn't it just gorgeous, just the way it is, without even its little tassel-y things? But I love the color of it. Now, when it first comes up from seed, it's green, and you think, oh, I've been ripped off. I don't know what I have. But it starts to turn burgundy. This week, I have potted up some of my Cleome seedlings, and I'm gonna bring them out here. I didn't want to bring them out too soon when they're in their pots. I wanted to give them a chance to get like established in the things, and I'll just show you why. Because I have been feeding the squirrels and the doves, and they're acting like they're starving. Look, they come and look in my pots, and they dig these little holes around. Now, luckily, it never hurts the plants, but it just doesn't look good. And I have to come around and kind of fill in the little holes. So I don't want them digging up my new Cleome. Oh, here's something neat. I think I did this about a week before I did it for the other sunflowers. So this is 3 sunflowers. Originally, I had 4 in this pot, and a squirrel came along and said, girl, 4 will not do, and ripped out one of my sunflowers. It's a good thing though. I'm kind of thankful for that, because look how crazy big those are. And they are way bigger than the ones that I planted in the ground. But of course, I did it earlier, but I'll show you those in a minute. I have some gorgeous skullcap blooming in this pot right here. I also have a stand of it in another area that I'll show you in a minute. I guess I must have gotten this from my friend Carol at Biophilia, because it's so lovely. I can't imagine that it would just appear out of nowhere, but I just don't recall planting it. This container right here has the rue in it, but also this is the passionflower vine that grows fruit. Look, and you can see a squirrel has been digging right here. So this passionflower vine is going to be the one that's got the edible yummies, and then this one is just one. They're both Gulf fritillary caterpillar larval host plants, but this one I find to be incredible if we can get some fruit out of it. It takes a long time for it to grow though. But I never found caterpillars for the eastern black swallowtail on here, so we had those eggs, and then I don't know what happened to them. This area along the fence is where I usually grow the purple hyacinth bean vine, and I found some random seeds and I put them back here, but I don't think they're gonna germinate, so I do have to buy some more. One of them did come up, but it's in kind of like not a great spot. It's not getting a lot of sun. My spicy globe basil has been left alone. Miracle of miracles, y'all. I've got 2 borage, and it's looking so good, and they don't like hot weather, so I don't know if they're gonna be able to make it, but I do love their little blue star flowers. Even the kale has been left alone. This is kind of like a miraculous springtime. The best spring for me so far in my whole life. The frog fruit is coming up through here. Now I've been like stomping it down. You can see this kind of like little ground covery type thing. A lot of that is frog fruit. And I have some of them flowering. Also, I have right here, let's see, I was gonna see if I could find it. Here it is. It's these little flowers, little white flowers. That's frog fruit. And I've got the jewels of Opar growing right there. They just come back every year. They're just wild. But I love it once the frog fruit starts flowering and it just turns into like a little fairyland down here. It's so magical. I could just get down low and creep along and just look at it from this level. Little birdie likes to look at it all the time too. This is that magenta salvia, isn't it lovely? Here's a dahlia that's coming up from last year. I don't recall telling y'all about this surprise diamond frost euphorbia. When I had some in a pot that I overwintered, I decided I was going to repot it, and then this piece was just kind of living there aside from it in the pot, and I thought, wow, it was just one little scraggly thing, but it had roots on it. So I put it in a separate pot, and look at this. I got a free extra diamond frost euphorbia. I did not know that was possible. This rose right here is Sweet Spirit. Look at how thick and healthy and gorgeous she is, and just full of buds. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Because she had grown icky and scraggly, and I was just like, ugh, I'm just gonna cut you back hard and see what happens. And she just said, thank you. Is that not crazy? She didn't even have black spot on her. I mean, maybe later that'll happen, but wow. Wow. That reminds me, I need to show you Gentle Hermione. Now see how she's yellowing? I'm pretty sure, and she's been fed and everything. I think what's happening is she's drowning in her pot. So what I need to do is I need to drill some more holes in the bottom of this thing, because I think she is waterlogged. I know she's had plenty to drink and plenty to eat. And she does have black spot, but that's just my diagnosis. I'm pretty sure this is another stand of that skullcap that's probably gonna bloom soon. Because right now in the bog garden, the skullcap is the thing that is the most impressive right now. Oh, isn't it just so neat? I really love it. Really, really love it. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna have some more aquatic milkweed coming up right here, because I really desperately need it. And the, I don't know if y'all remember this, I planted this coconut that we found on the beach. It's not gonna be good, but look at this, it's got a little coleus growing out of the crack. And the reason why I was shaking it was because well, it doesn't have liquid anymore. It never was gonna do. So I had to take it out of the pot. I needed the pot for something else. I started these rose campion seeds. I can't remember if I did that this week or last week, but look, I got one teeny weeny, ooh, there we go, one coming up. And these are the sunflowers that I planted like a week later than the ones that are in the pot. And then these little ones I planted maybe a week and a half later. So it's gonna really be interesting to see how they do here. Thank God they have not been dug up. It's a miracle. The dahlias, most of them seem to be doing well. They probably need to be in a bigger pot now. Let's see. Yeah, there's some roots coming out of the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna put them in bigger pots this week to see what we can do. Here are the cleome that I put in bigger pots, but I don't want to risk putting them out in the garden yet. And then I've got these other things desperately needing to go somewhere. These are those bunny tails. Look at that. They've got to get planted out. So I kind of took some stones and I kind of put it around here. I might end up plunking them down right here and making like a little bunny's tails grass hedge thing, risking it. Once this blue salvia blooms, I'm gonna gather all my salvia up so y'all can see it all in one place, but I'm waiting for that. It's gonna be such an awesome blue here in the front. Everything's still alive. I really want these spicy basil, globe basil, to kind of grow together and look like a little faux boxwood hedge. Wouldn't that be fun? And well, here's my other salvia. Things have been allowed to live. This is starting to look raggedy. I think I'm gonna like cut back half of it. I did like kind of tear some off yesterday. So this is that pineapple sage. It's been such a favorite out here. And then so far, everything has been allowed to live. Can't wait to see what happens with all this when it's blooming and fluffy and fluffy. And yeah, this is gonna be a stand of that cardinal basil, just a bunch of it. It's gonna be a little mini 4-foot hedge of it if it's allowed to live. So much color is gonna be happening in here. So much pink and burgundy. And I even have some of those butter daisies that are looking pretty good. Like, look at that. I thought that they were not gonna turn out like they did when I bought them from the store, because when they were coming up, they only had like one pitiful little bloom. This one, see, that one's just got one pitiful little bloom. Anne Marie, look at this. This is that dahlia that you gave me, and I planted it out here, and it is coming back, and this is in the front yard. It is a miracle. And the Gulf Coast penstemon has not been eaten, so maybe deer don't find it to be edible. Look how gorgeous it is. Look at how shiny the leaves are. Just everything about this plant is just so lovely. And it is native, y'all. And it's super easy to grow from seed. I gotta grow a bunch of that. You know how I gotta have a bajillion of them. These, well, this right here was a cutting from Anne Marie's garden. This is, I think it's a spice bush, and I planted it last year. All it ever looked like was a stick. And I want it because I want to have spice bush swallowtails. So I'm hoping that everything out here is going to live. Look at this. This coral nymph salvia loves it here. It's really doing well. Some of the other ones don't look as great. And then this is that nepeta, or catmint. And I have a bunch of it that I grew from cuttings. I think it's going to live. Look, there's one. There's one. They're loving it. And then I've got interspersed in here all kinds of zinnias. So it's going to be really, really colorful. Looking at how pale my coral honeysuckle is compared to the one that we saw in the state park, I think it's time to feed this thing. I think I need to give it some foods. I mean, it's beautiful, and the butterflies have loved it, and the hummingbirds have loved it, and it's so juicy. I'm just really thankful to have it right here, but it does look like it's needing a little snack. I'm just gonna kind of show you what squirrels have been doing. You see, that's a little hole. That's little, and it's near my plant, but they didn't dig it up. So that's what a squirrel does. Now, an armadillo makes a way bigger hole than that, deeper, and it's more triangular. My sweet bay magnolia has a bloom. It smells so incredible, y'all. What? Here's my pawpaw tree that looked like a stick, and now it's come back. What a miracle. I just hope it doesn't get run over by the lawnmower. That's why I gotta leave this tag right here. Y'all, pawpaw tree. Just listen to those birdies singing their hearts out. Don't these seem to just glow? We're gonna have blackberries, y'all. If the squirrels don't eat them, I don't know if they like blackberries. It's just so fun to watch them progress. The fountain is for the squirrels and for the birds. It's April 14th, and I'm going to plant some of these rose campion seeds. I saw them at Petals from the Past growing. They're amazing, and I hope it's not too late for me to start them from seed. They've got like a silvery foliage, and then these pink flowers, and they're just so lovely. And they grow, well, from the looks of them, maybe 3 feet tall. So I want a bunch of these. We're gonna see what we can do with them. A darling tree frog in the canna lily is so tiny. Let's see if it'll sit still so you can see. Look how little it is. It's so little. Perfect Gertrude Jekyll. And then 2 more right here. This is probably the most roses that I've ever had on Desdemona. So much lovely. Emily Bronte buds looking so beautiful. I'm having to feed my Monarch caterpillars butternut squash because I've run completely out of milkweed. And it's a good thing that we have this alternative if we really have to do it. They can eat butternut squash if they're, you know, in their 4th to 5th instar, and then they're about to turn into chrysalises. It's not the worst thing. You don't want to try to raise caterpillars on butternut squash. That won't work. But what's funny is you can see there's some green poop right there, but while they're eating butternut squash, it will turn orange, which is so wild. You can see right here that this caterpillar is working on its cremaster. I think that's how you pronounce it. See that little white dot right there? That's the thing that he's going to hang from, and you can see these chrysalises are hanging from that. Look at how beautifully they shimmer in the morning sun, all that gold. Gorgeous. The pineapple sage has been such a hit with the butterflies. Right now there are 2 on it. See if they're so engaged with it that I can get as close as possible. You know, oh dear, oh look at this. I have tasted the juices from this, and it is very sweet. Man, I wish they would dance to, oh my gosh, there's 3 of them. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, y'all. What? Oh, I don't run. Okay, last year I had a crazy amount of these butterflies in my garden. And I don't even think I have the larval host plant for them. But I had, at one point, I think it was like 8 of them flying around together. So this is just so neat. They had to go for a little flyabout, and now they're back. Oh, they're just the cutest. Y'all, don't butterflies make you so happy? I mean, just, I also have this coral honeysuckle, and it is super juicy too. I've been trying all the things, and I don't know if you, when you were a kid, you drank honeysuckle. This is just as good, or maybe even better. So you just pull that little thing off, and then this part you pop off like that, and you just suck it out like this. Well, anyway, it is really fun having so many of them here right now. 3 at a time. The numbers are growing, y'all. This is the most beautiful pinta that I've ever had. Look at how full and fluffy it is. And then look at this. This is that double, I guess it's called double ruffle. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, just fantastic with all those blooms. Threw out a bunch of forget-me-not seeds, and I got one little one growing over here, probably because I don't ever remember what they look like. So next year, gotta remember and not yank them out. But I just love that color. We are on Gulf Oak Ridge Trail in Gulf State Park, and we just noticed this. Look, it's coral honeysuckle growing in the wild. We're surprised that we don't see hummingbirds all over it. Look how gorgeous, and it's so juicy. Phenomenal blue forget-me-nots, and every year I forget what they look like. I forget what the seedlings look like. It's silly. The name, forget-me-not, and yet I'm doing it. Oh man, look at this phenomenal bloom on, and it's a, this isn't a Dutchman's pipe vine, but it's a pipe vine, and look how gorgeous it is. It's the white veined one. I can't remember the name of it, but isn't it cute? The cutest. This is my list on Pinterest of seeds that I want to save from the plants that I have right now. I've got pineapple sage, forget-me-not, scomphorina, Selma Suns, all the basils, Thai basil, purple basil, cardinal basil, Gulf Coast penstemon, echinacea, Mexican sunflower. I'm hoping I'll have some of those coming back. Vinca, zinnias, coleus, coral nymph salvia, cleome, hyacinth bean vines. I have one hyacinth bean vine growing right now. I actually need to buy some more seeds. And he's hips up, so probably there are more to add. I think one of my giant swallowtail caterpillars is about big enough to turn into a chrysalis. Let me show you how big he is compared to my finger. Look at that. Juicy. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming with me to see my garden and to see my caterpillars and all the little things that are happening. It's so exciting. I hope that y'all have an awesome Resurrection Sunday. We've been watching The Chosen again, and it's been really great. I've enjoyed it actually the second time, because the first time I was so busy trying to figure out what was not in the Bible, what wasn't. I wouldn't recommend it for somebody who's not saved and who hasn't read the Bible thoroughly, because I was looking for mistakes, you know. But now the second time, what's been enjoyable is watching it and thinking, yeah, they didn't know the outcome. None of them. And you know, I've known the stories all my life, and so I know what's coming, but they don't. And it's really neat to see their reactions to things as it's happening, you know, an imagined reaction, but so cool. But yeah, when I was a kid, I used to think that I would go back in time and I would save Jesus. I would keep him, I would warn him, keep him from going to the cross. But we've been studying the book of John, and it's so wild. In almost every chapter, they're trying to kill him. They're trying to throw him off a cliff. They're picking up stones to stone him. It doesn't happen. They don't kill him. Over and over, they tried to, and they couldn't. They couldn't do it until he decided it was his time, and he laid down his own life. And I'm so thankful that Jesus died for everyone's sin, everyone's. He died for every sin that would ever be committed from the beginning to the end. He paid for it all. And it's a free gift, forgiveness from him, if you just ask for it. And I'm just so thankful to belong to him. And I'm praying for y'all. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. God bless y'all. Let's play outside. I will talk to you soon. Bye.